Let me make sure we're live here. I got the video player up.
Live.
We're live.
Yep.
All right. We are live, as there goes the commercial. And we saw a lot of commercials for the Wiz Live tonight. And here we are. It is 11:32. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wiz Live After-Show Podcast. But before we go into our introductions and what we will be discussing, how we will be discussing it tonight, we are going to take a moment of silence and remember the victims that were affected by the USA's sixth worst mass shooting in history, which is quite shocking. And it happened the day before the Wiz Live, and everything was happy and positive. Then we have something, another negative event that kind of, puts those positive vibes to a halt. So if anybody wants to give their thoughts briefly on the California shooting, we can open it up.
There's only one thing I want to say about this.
Okay.
And since the whole thing in Paris happened, my whole view on terrorism has basically changed. And for me, I will not stand for it. I'm done with it. I want it all to go away. And personally, I do feel for the victims and all that stuff. I pray for their families and everything, but I will never give airtime to people who hurt other people. It's terrible, and I'm done with it.
Agreed. It's becoming real old.
Yeah, like honestly, I agree with the say. Just a few weeks ago, you guys who know me, you saw the video I made the day or two after the Paris attack, and how one of my best friends, his friends were there, so it was a really scary thing, and it took personally just because of that. And I don't know, it's really stupid how things are, like why people feel like this is something that they should or can do, and it's just like, what do they gain from this, I guess? And it's just a waste of their time, a waste of their lives.
Well, basically all that they're trying to do is basically get back at us for apparently being who we are. That's what it is. And that's not how the world works. Whenever you do something bad, repercussions happen. For example, 9/11, whenever that happened, well, those effects are shown today. You can't keep doing this. It just doesn't make the world better. Doesn't make the world a better place.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. It's an awful trend to have this country suffer through, and in the fact that some people in higher up anarchy in America don't see a problem with it, and how many more times this have to happen is really sad, because it's happened too many times, and all of a sudden with this they woke up and say, oh, we should do something.
It's happened. I just want to say this real quick. It's happened 300. There's been 355 mass shootings in a matter of 335 days.
Correct, and I heard that on the news, and that with this being the sixth biggest mass shooting in on American soil, it's just a very terrifying fact, really, and those are not good records to have, because those lives were lost, families affected every time. And another frightening fact is this was on the 18th anniversary of a Georgia high school shooting 18 years ago. But with all that being said, I would like for us to have a moment of silence for the victims of the San Bernardino. Did I say that right?
Bernardino.
For a California victim. So let's have that moment of silence right now. Okay.
All right.
And so now we go from the sad news that happened early in the week to now a happy time. Let's have a fun time. Welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the Wiz Live After-Show Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Entertainment, and I have guests with me tonight, Travis from the Coaster Casters Podcast. Travis, welcome.
You have the wrong number!
As he comes in with that Amanda Show infamous quote.
You have the wrong number! Hello?
And my other guest is Pedro, also known as the Media Nut, making his podcast debut. And then for his first one to be on mine, it's a pleasure to have you on here, Pedro.
Yo, what is up, guys? It is me, and thank you, Mr. Entertainment, my good friend, for inviting me to this. I am honored, and as you said, it is my debut. I've never done a podcast before, and I'm very excited to be a part of this. It's always been kind of my YouTube bucket list, so the fact that I'm doing it is really awesome.
Yeah, especially, first one being on a interesting topic that we are going to be discussing tonight. Tonight's topic, my fellow Aussians out there who just finished watching the Wiz Live on NBC on the East Coast, people on the West Coast, it is airing for you guys right now. Tape delay.
Yeah, I'm going to act like I'm on the West Coast, and I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, you're on the West Coast. So you basically saw it DVR'd. You're not seeing it live, but hey, you're still getting to watch it, and what a good show it was. So what we'll be discussing tonight, of course, is the NBC's Wiz Live. We'll be discussing our favorite moments, favorite songs. Was there any mistakes? Who had the breakout performance?
That's a dumb question.
I know, all sorts of things, and including a hot topic that we will get into a little bit later on in the podcast of the public's small outrage of the Wiz Live pertaining the cast. So we'll get into that a little bit. So, but first, we are going to talk about the show, which is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little challenging. So we have Travis watching the Wiz Live currently right now.
I haven't pressed play until you say press play.
Okay, press play.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can I say something to Pedro real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what's up?
I need to talk to you about something after. If you enjoy doing podcasts, yes.
All right.
All right. Aaron knows what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Guys?
C.
Okay, so I press play?
Press play.
Okay.
All right, wait. So, wait. What's going on?
He could not
He's
see it,
can't
so
hear you.
he DVR'd it. But he saw the second half, so he's watching the first half. So it's kind of like out of order. So hopefully.
No. I didn't even get to watch the first half.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't get to watch the first half. But when you came home, did you watch the second half, Travis?
Nope.
Okay, so you're going to see the whole thing now.
Yes.
So, and if this podcast goes, late, then he'll probably see the whole thing by the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with Pedro first, and I just want to bring up that, you had revealed to me just, yesterday, because it's not midnight yet, so I could have said the other day, but just yesterday you revealed to me that you were in a school production of The Wiz yourself.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. It was really cool. So when I found out that NBC was doing this, like the Wiz Live with all these well-known people, Queen Latifah, Neo, and bringing back the original Dorothy to play as Auntie M. Yeah, it was just awesome. I got really excited, and it was just have a pass with the Wiz. I was in a production for it. I didn't play any of the really major characters though. Like I played like Munchkins and the Mice Squad and the Messenger for Eveline. But I remember having so much fun. My high school did an amazing job with the set and the music, and it was great. I remember wearing Munchkin clothing and having ears like Mickey Mouse, and it was yeah, you can say I have a bit of a background when it comes to The Wiz. Obviously, it has one of my the movie version had one of my favorite performers, Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And yeah, it was great. And it was. And then the plays, they were just great. Not just my own, but I've seen other performances of it, and I love it. And I feel like this. In my opinion, the Wiz Live, it gave it justice. I enjoyed it, and I feel happy. I feel happy that this all happened.
And also, great job, by the way. That being your first response. Terrific story. That just makes this podcast just more fun, sharing a story that you really were in a production of The Wiz, which a lot of people can't really say they were in. Whether it was big or small, it was The Wiz.
Yeah.
This is a story that's been around for 40 years. 1975, it debuted on Broadway. Smash hit, one of the first big budget all black cast musicals. It won 7 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. And 3 years later, just 3 years later, it was made into a feature film. And it later became iconic. It may have not been too successful in the theaters that Universal Pictures wanted it to be, but later on, really shortly, it would become an iconic cult classic film to the point where it's just a classic film. It's not even a cult classic because it has a huge following, and we saw that tonight. With the Wiz Live being resurrected basically and being told to a whole new generation. And the Wiz movie was iconic however you look at it because it had Diana Ross, Richard Pryor, Michael Jackson, like you mentioned. And so to see it come full circle the way it did, and NBC bring it back to the forefront, mainstream, I can't thank NBC enough. And I see a lot of people thank NBC on Twitter, and that's just a wonderful, refreshing thing to see. From what has happened in this world, and Travis, do you have anything to share in regards to the Wiz's 40-year legacy? Was it one of your first favorite childhood movies growing up as a kid?
Actually, yes, it was. I watched this with my sister, and that basically got me into the awesome world of Broadway musicals. And after that, I went to listening to a lot of other ones like Les Mis, In the Heights, and now Hamilton. And if anyone watching hasn't listened to Hamilton or seen Hamilton, go do it. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for that.
It's so good. But back to the Wiz. That's the first time that I basically saw Michael Jackson. And I'm not going to try and make this a whole Michael Jackson thing, but that's the first time I've ever basically heard of Michael Jackson or seen him sing. And see him sing that song and listen to his other music, that's the best song I've ever heard that man sing.
Mm-hmm.
But Diana Ross as Dorothy was freaking amazing. I don't think she did a better job than probably how Shanice did tonight. Well, Aaron knows why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Like I feel, if I may, like I feel like if Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and all the others, if they were all watching this right now, like I legitimately feel like they'd be proud.
I agree.
It'd be just because the work that was put into this, and mind you, I actually saw. I was talking to Mr. Entertainment the other day, and I mentioned to him how I actually saw the behind the scenes of the Wiz Live for NBC, and holy freak, the work that they put there. Just one mess up, and people have to like get down and do push-ups.
Yep.
That's intense. But it makes sense though. But holy,
that's kind of how Broadway is. Even with high school productions, even though I was in the orchestra pit for it, I was in a production of Legally Blonde the musical, and whenever the girl that was playing Brooke Wyndham messed up, got on the ground, did push-ups.
Yeah, same here.
And then the funny thing happened. I go up to the stage and recite the entire part and do it for her, so she knows the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've memorized the entire play memorized the entire musical being in the orchestra pit, and I knew it beforehand because I actually went and saw Legally Blonde the musical. I watched the NBC they saw a camera. Sorry, I'm watching it live, so I'm going to say things and interject at times whenever something happens. Like, I just saw a split second of the camera.
It is literally like my live tweets are coming to the screen in audio.
It's literally like... Yeah, it's literally like Aaron's live tweeting. So every time I say something, I'll put hashtag wow at the end.
Yeah, well, it's a coincidence because in the making of the Wiz Live special, if you saw it, Travis, I know you saw some of it, Pedro. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Did you see the whole special?
I'm pretty sure I did.
I saw the majority. I didn't see like the whole thing, but I was able to see like pretty much the majority of it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah,
what? Stephanie Mills, we'll get to that in a second of what Travis just reacted to. What Stephanie Mills said 40 years ago, The Wiz was a wow to audiences, and 40 years later, it's still a wow. So my hashtag wow was appropriately used tonight, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So now we're going to go to Travis, because I was in his shoes 3 hours ago freaking out over the first 10 minutes of the show. So, Travis, tell us what you're reacting to.
There's a freaking tornado. No, they're... Okay, let me...
Oh, yes, I remember.
Pedro, did you watch this at all?
I watched, like, parts of it, due to certain... I'm gonna say situations. I was able to see like a good amount, but in bits and pieces. So it's like I know what happened in the majority of the show, just like not every single thing. So I'm guessing the.
Oh my God!
Whoa, you okay?
Okay, I'm just going to paint this picture for you. It's basically, I don't know if you've seen Twister. It's a better version of the Twister that they had on the stage for Twister, but it's projected onto the screen. And then they have, it's Comcast, so there you go. And then they had Cirque du Soleil dancers flying dancing everywhere. And then they had the tornado in the background, and Shanice Williams was flipping all in the air.
I reckon, yeah. I can see that.
And Travis, one had to wonder, since, if anybody who watched the Wiz Live tonight visits the Universal Orlando Resort theme parks, one had to wonder, where was the Bill Paxton cameo in the tornado sequence of the Wiz
I know,
Live?
right?
I was waiting for that finger of God. And then the tornado comes out of nowhere and picks up Dorothy.
And
Oh,
now
that
we're
would be
in,
great.
by the way.
Which the director, Kenny Leon, had spoiled in an interview with Playbill magazine, the national theater publication magazine for the musical theater community, a couple
What
of
the?
weeks ago. But that's okay. He spoiled it, and it came out great, I think. Her flying around. I'm not sure if there was like a somewhat of a wardrobe malfunction that we weren't supposed to see.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw that.
Talking about. It was very quick. It was very quick. So they saved their behinds with that. So that was good.
Literally. I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I allowed to cuss on this? Because I want to make a Horror Nights reference right now to what the Ozians look like, or the Munchkins look like.
Oh, sure. Yeah. We can make Horror Nights. Any references that are out of the ordinary, ladies and gentlemen, they come from Halloween Horror Nights 25, most likely from the Bill and Ted's excellent Halloween Adventure show.
This is
earlier this year.
Carnage Returns. This is the only show I watch. What the shit?
That came from Jack's Carnival of Carnage, and Pedro knows what I'm talking about there, because he got to 10 Halloween Horror Nights and Halloween Night, which is where I met.
That's actually where Mr. Entertainment and I met. I felt so bad that I wasn't able to get that on camera, but yeah, we met in line while we were getting permission from the park itself to record there, and oh gosh, it was hilarious. After that, we just kind of kept in contact, and we did a couple of videos together here and there, and went to a couple of events, and here we are now. Now I'm on his podcast, and it's awesome.
Appreciate you being here, Pedro. And I was about to say, the rest is history. 40 years, we're still friends. Just kidding. Just like the Wiz,
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Amber Riley just comes out looking really just gorgeous in blue.
Oh gosh, yes. I was amazed when I found out that she was in this. Mainly because I've heard her voice before, and it was, oh god, it's beautiful. I love her.
Oh.
She was always, like, I've seen many TV shows with her, and she was always like that character where it's like, good gosh, I would want to meet this woman and just like have a conversation about music, just because it's oh gosh, beautiful voice.
Oh yes. He has met her. Yeah.
The entire cast of Glee.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you are so lucky.
Including Corey, so.
Including Corey? Yo, I was such a fan of Corey Monteith.
Rest in peace, Corey.
Rest in peace, yes. But I am so happy for her, though, that she got to do this. Such a big role. Such a big role with big people. It is amazing. It's just awesome.
Yeah, huge role, no doubt in that. So since we've both talked about, the Wiz's 40th anniversary legacy, and we're already going to, what happened in the show, so I guess we should just a good segue into our favorite moments for starters. So what are our favorite moments from Pedro? Because Travis, we'll give him a little bit more time to watch, so maybe he can have a favorite moment or two.
Okay, no, I want to say one of my favorite moments right now. Okay. Amber Riley at the iPad.
Oh, it's an apple. One of the great lines in the show tonight. Oh, it's an apple.
No, you know what? That's actually one of my favorite moments. Not particularly that, but the fact that throughout the entire show, you could tell that this version of the Wiz is completely modernized.
Yes, and I'm happy that it is.
Yeah, because like usually you would think, oh, because we're doing this show, we have to make sure it's like the original stuff. No, I love the fact that they not only modernized this show, but they went through lengths. Like when you see the settings, when you hear the jokes, when you hear the references. I remember this great reference, a bit of a spoiler for anyone who's watching right now, but later on when Eveline shows up, she mentions Eddie Murphy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was laughing so much.
I want to point something out that I actually just noticed between the movie The Wiz with Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and Richard Pryor compared to this.
Mm-hmm.
That Wiz was more like industrial.
Yeah.
And this Wiz is like a hip hop version of like the Wizard of Oz, basically.
Yeah. It's like think of
colorful and not color. I say colorful, and people are going to be like, "Oh, he's racist." No, I mean colorful by like, actual colors, people.
No, like I love how, but that's actually one thing that I prefer this over the movie. That I like. Okay, I'm gonna be the jerk to say it, and I'm sorry because I love the movie. It's where I learned about it's where I prepared for my production of The Wiz. But it's like, let's be honest, the movie, there were some flaws when it came to like settings and the way it was designed, and it's great. But I remember thinking when I first saw that movie and I was getting ready for my show that it's like, is it, like I said to my friend, is it wrong of me to say that I feel like our setting is better than theirs? But it's like, and one thing I love about this, about the Wiz Live, is how, oh my gosh, the way the settings, each and every setting looks. Not only is it beautiful, not only is it like respecting homage to both The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz, like you said, I love the fact that it's so colorful, the fact that it's not so industrial. Because I admit I wasn't a big fan of of how industrial it looked in the original.
Yes.
But then here it's like, you know what? I can picture this. I can picture a magical world like this with colorful characters, but also modernized. It's like imagine technology and nature put together in a nice little blend, and that's what I saw here, with the right colors. Like when something was supposed to look magical or natural, the colors and the way it looked, it made it look that way. If something was supposed to look technological or modernized, it looked that way as well, and I really enjoyed that. It's like a little touch that just made it better, in my opinion.
You make a great point, Pedro. With the setting of the Wiz movie, it just seemed like it wasn't believable as the setting was in the Wiz Live, because the Wiz Live is all a dream. When you're watching the Wiz the movie, they meet Tin Man in an old roller coaster.
The Coney Island Coaster Cyclone, I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know what people are gonna say about, it's like, you, what are you saying? The movie, it was great at its time, and blah blah blah. It's because of how old it was, and they give that excuse. But then it's like, I mean, have you guys seen other productions that are based off of plays? Look at Hairspray, not the one with Zac Efron and stuff. No, like the original Hairspray. I feel like that setting was great too, and it was a movie. It was a movie that was probably, if I remember correctly, older than The Wiz, and the setting was fine too. It was nice. So it's like, I mean, again, I love the movie. Sure, I like it. But I just have to be honest, as a fan of it and as a critic, it's just not one of the best settings I've seen for a movie adaptation of a play. And this is coming from someone who's seen many, many bad renditions of play-based movies.
Yeah, and back then it was adapted for a big screen musical musical presentation rather quickly. Usually when musicals go on Broadway, it takes them 5 to 10 years, maybe even more, to get to the big screen. So hopefully we get back to those days where a big musical is on Broadway, like Hamilton.
Yeah.
That's
Alexander Hamilton.
And then there comes a big screen adaptation. Shortly after it's been successful on Broadway. So
Don't do it unless you bring Lin-Manuel Miranda in it.
I have to find out actually about Lin-Manuel Miranda if he tuned into the Wiz Live tonight because okay I have to look.
Oh yeah, I saw many stars that like Regan Gomez and multiple there was a lot of celebrities that saw this.
A lot of actually bigger than Peter Pan Live had last year. No pun intended. I mean, the stars were tweeting during this monumental event, and we actually have a segment for that later because I have a list of most of the big stars that tweeted, and I got some hilarious tweets to read to you guys to share. So we'll do that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Just to mention a really quick one. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Travis.
Well, the first from the beginning of the show to the first commercial break just ended. The first commercial break's going on right now. That was an amazing opening number. With Amber Riley, that note that she hit me. God.
The way she sings you're talking about He's the Wiz, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! When I saw that and I rewatched that on YouTube because they're really quick about showing this stuff on YouTube and Twitter. And when I saw it again, the first time I was like, oh my gosh, but when I saw it again, it's like I said about Amber Riley, she beautiful voice, amazing voice, and I love how she was able to make the music work for her. Her tone was perfect. Because again, in many of the other productions that I've seen for The Wiz, so there were moments when with the tone where some people go for the high notes and then low notes, where she was able to keep it very, and sometimes it wouldn't work. For her, she was able to keep it just so natural. That's what I feel. It was so natural with her. She was doing this all her life, and she probably was. I mean, she's been singing the majority of her life if you follow her. But yeah, it was great opening. I agree completely.
I just want to say, Aaron, I think I found your next podcast.
Oh gosh.
We'll talk about that afterwards. So.
No, I know what it's gonna have to be, and I'm telling you this now. It's gonna be Adele's Live from New York.
Oh gosh.
I don't know about that.
It's gonna be me.
Well, we'll have to see. I know it's a big. I know it's NBC's next big special. They actually have a couple big specials coming up. The Wiz Live was not just one of them. The Illusionist from Broadway is going to have a 1-hour special on NBC coming up.
And then Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors, or whatever it's called, is coming too.
Oh.
Awesome.
Well, I would rather watch Dolly Parton's attraction that she had in Florida, the dinner show. But anyways, we are going in, and actually, no, what am I saying here? What I wanted to say is I absolutely agreed, with Pedro, in terms of the voice that Amber Riley had. Powerhouse voice. She took vocals to the next level. I literally freezed in my tracks getting another slice of pizza that I got from the Triple Threat box at Pizza Hut. I stopped in my tracks.
Triple Threat box?
Triple Threat box. I literally stopped in my tracks to get a slice of pizza because she held that note out like there was no tomorrow. It's like there's no place like Amber Riley's mouth because it coming out of it was golden. Unreal.
Mr. Entertainment, I guess you could say she made you freak out like a cowardly lion.
I suppose so.
The note that she hit was a B-flat 5, which is really hard to do. It might have been.
Yeah, that was impressive. Most people in my old choirs and bands who sang with me, they only one or two of them were able to hit that note, and dang, good gosh,
she hit that note all right. When she was hitting that note, Twitter was blowing up at the same time. So, just unbelievable performance. I'm pretty sure I'll rewatch that YouTube clip, Pedro, as many times as I can. I already pre-ordered the DVD, so I'll probably just rewind that scene over and over and over again.
Okay, this is shaping up to be NBC's breast. Oops, best musical. Best.
You want to try that again, buddy?
Yeah, let's try this again. This is NBC's best musical ever. Like, nothing in the future will ever show to this.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Let's...
horrendous.
Oh, yeah. Let's save our overall reviews for a little bit later in the show, because I completely agree with you, Travis, and I would love for us to, get further into the specifics of why we think Wiz Live is just the best musical broadcast NBC has done, and why they should keep doing more. And hopefully the ratings come back, and they're very, very good for the Wiz Live.
They should keep doing more, and they should let good people be in the cast, not one good person and a nobody.
I think the formula that the Wiz Live had is going to be proven to be a success, and we'll find out when the ratings come back if all the marketing hype and people tuning in.
For example, freaking Hairspray, the movie, the newest one, is basically the same exact formula as the Wiz Live, and look how it actually succeeded in theaters.
Like John Travolta being a very heavy hitter.
If the Wicked movie goes the same way, it'll be fine.
Well, yes.
The Wicked movie's going to be fine either way because, well, it's freaking Wicked. Everyone's been waiting for this movie for ages.
It's going to be wicked awesome.
Well, here's the thing. Les Mis, the one that came out in 2010, I believe, the one with Anne Hathaway, that one flopped for me because it was just so long. And then Into the Woods, it was good. It just, once you got past the first act, it was god-awful. I hate the second act.
Yeah, like taking it from someone who's seen them, like, for example, Les Mis, like, trying not to go completely off topic because we should stay on topic of the Wiz itself, but going off just for a bit on Les Mis, I mean, I have my own opinions of Les Mis for certain characters. Like, I feel like Anne Hathaway did a nice job, same as Hugh Jackman. But then in other characters, like, I feel bad that I keep forgetting his name. I think it was Ricky Gervais or something.
Ricky Gervais.
Huh?
It wasn't Ricky Gervais, was it?
What? No, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if I got it right or not. Like, but the guy who committed suicide at some point. Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. But that guy who committed suicide by jumping off the bridge. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember his name. I feel bad about it. But I don't know. He was. I don't know. The scenes with him singing were a little awkward, and then the scenes with Helena Carter. I love her. I love her acting. She was great as Bellatrix Lestrange in Harry Potter, but they seem very awkward, in my opinion. If you want a better look at a critic's point of view, I don't know. Just check out the Nostalgia Critics review of Les Mis, and you'll probably see what I mean.
I'm gonna go one more little off-topic thing about musicals for a second.
Yeah, sure.
For example, with Into the Woods, and I don't know if this is a Sondheim thing or something like that, but the way he does, and whoever made the musical, the way that they did it, they reached the conclusion, technically the conclusion, halfway through the play, and then the giants came. Spoiler alert, there's giants.
Yeah.
And then with Les Mis, it's a continuing story throughout the whole thing. With In the Heights, it's a continuing story throughout the whole thing. With Hamilton, it's a continuing story throughout the whole thing. That's why I didn't really like Into the Woods, compared to, well, Hamilton. Well, you can't really compare that because Hamilton's like the best musical out there. So
Yeah, Into the Woods was, in my opinion, like Into the Woods was one of those movies where think of the recently made Good Dinosaur, where I know it's a little
dinosaur.
huh.
Don't talk bad about the Good Dinosaur.
No, don't worry. I love the Good Dinosaur. I really enjoy it. It's just that it was a nice movie. I just feel like in a Pixar point of view, like if you want to compare it to Toy Story or Incredibles or Finding Nemo, like I'll be honest, the Good Dinosaur is like not exactly in the highest point when it comes to Pixar movies, and that's how I feel with Into the Woods, where it's like compared to other live action Disney movies, it's fine, it's okay, but it's like you said, some parts were just kind of off, and it's not, it's not on the same level as, let's say, Pirates of the Caribbean or I'm gonna go ahead and guess that Marvel and Star Wars, I guess we can now start calling them Disney movies because of the whole thing. But yeah, that's in my opinion. But we went off topic long enough. Going back to the Wiz.
Yeah, let's bring it back into the land of Oz. If
yeah.
So
I actually like how these tweets are coming in, and I still have my notifications turned on from NBC, which is live tweeting the West Coast broadcast of the Wiz Live, because it's reminding me of moments from the show that maybe Travis had seen and also Pedro had seen. So the other moment is when Stephanie Mills as Auntie M is singing to her daughter in the show, Shanice Williams. Not her daughter in real life, but her daughter's Dorothy. She's singing to her. What did we think of that? Because Twitter was blowing up with that as well.
Oh my gosh, I fanboyed.
Oh
amazing.
Yeah, everyone was fanboying, and I believe.
Use that word.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this one thing, that I believe Stephanie Mills is in her mid to late 50s, and so Twitter was blowing up over that because of how her voice stood still as it ever did, 40 years ago. And this moment gave people chills. I don't know about you guys, but it gave me chills when I was fanboying over this, because we literally saw in front of our very eyes, in the midst of 5 minutes, passing the torch from Dorothy 40 years ago to the 2015 Dorothy 40 years later.
And that's why I fanboyed. I mean, yes, it's amazing that her voice is still great. That's great, especially in a show like this. It's always good to have a good voice. That's why you're in this show in the first place. That's why the Miss 2015 Dorothy is what I'll call her. That's why she got the chance to be in this. But like you just said, the passing of the torch, it was just so. Now I'm gonna say, like, this is probably very iconic, like a very iconic moment in 2015 when it comes to media, when it comes to social media in general, whether it's shows and plays and stuff. And maybe it's the media nut side of me that's like going crazy about it, but good gosh, the fact that we get to see the original Dorothy come back to not only pass the torch to the new Dorothy, but also we get to see that she's Auntie M. And what better character for her to be? Because Auntie M, I mean, sure, she's not exactly one of the, like, super important characters in the Wiz. I mean, any character is important, but you know what I mean. We see that she's, the adult portrayal, and it's a good symbolism. Where it's like, okay, this Dorothy learned everything from her Auntie M, meaning that this Dorothy learned from the original Dorothy. And that's what I see whenever I see that moment.
That's a sex joke.
Or that, Joe.
Well,
Sorry.
Wait a minute. how did that come into the good vibes Pedro was just making here?
Sorry.
It was a scene he was watching, I'm pretty sure.
You know,
God.
I watched the Wiz Live out of all three of you. I don't remember there being
It's the scarecrow part. They said something about head.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No, I think I know what you're talking about.
Elijah Kelly singing "You Can't Win." Might be Michael. I don't know.
Yeah, no, actually, that's another favorite moment. I'm not sure if you saw that, Pedro, but people were thoroughly impressed with Elijah Kelly playing Michael Jackson's part, a Scarecrow. And I had coincidentally tweeted Elijah Kelly this morning. Well, now it's Saturday. Somehow it felt like a Monday. I don't know. But now it's
Friday.
No, it's Friday. I'm sorry. See, I got all my days mixed up. So it's Friday now, but I had tweeted him yesterday, Thursday morning, that Michael Jackson would be very proud of you filling his shoes, or he's looking over you, just like a good luck tweet. And Elijah Kelly retweeted that, so that meant a lot for him to see that. And who knows, maybe because of my tweet, he performed really well. I don't know. Maybe it just gave him the extra kick to perform really well. But people were really impressed with his performance of "You Can't Win." And that's why I tweeted, Scarecrow is #winning.
I'm getting chills right now.
Yeah.
This is just.
It almost leaves you speechless, Pedro and Travis. I got chills every single minute and almost every 2 minutes during the first 10-15 minutes opening of the show.
Oh, yeah, and for good reason. Like you said, that performance of him with "You Can't Win," everyone remembers that as a pinnacle in Michael Jackson's career. When it comes to anything, I suppose. I mean, yes, we all know Michael Jackson because of Thriller and Beat It and all the let's be honest, we know him better for those. But when you think of for those who see him in a movie point of view, because there have been a couple of films that he's been in, some good, some not so good. Not gonna mention anything about Moonwalker, but but this was a pinnacle in Michael Jackson's career, where we see him not just acting great, but singing great. Because obviously he sings great, but whoever thought that would be some of those best moments, and for this other guy to portray it just as well, maybe even slightly better, it's very impressive. It is. I had to applaud multiple times to this just because it's wow, Michael Jackson is looking down on you. Very proud, my friend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very proudly.
I knew he would be, and nobody, thought that Elijah Kelly set out to replace Michael Jackson, because he said in the making of special or in online interviews that he didn't want to replace him. He just wanted to carry on his legacy, and damn, he did it.
Yeah.
And also the. Oh, what was that, Travis? I'm sorry to cut you off.
He said, "Beat him up, Shanice. Kill him."
We're gonna have to find out where Travis is in a second here. It seems like he's getting ahead of us. Oh, he gets to fast forward the commercials. That's why. The beauty of
right.
Fast forwarding.
So,
wait, you're not wait, are you already at the part where they meet the lion?
No, I'm at Scarecrow.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I had a weird feeling that you're near the lion, and I was like, oh dang, that was fast.
But is the "You Can't Win" number over on your end, Travis?
What was that?
Is the "You Can't Win" number over on your end?
Yeah, it just got over. Oh, there was a mess up. The little yellow brick road that's not connected together correctly just popped up a little bit.
I think that was intentional, though.
Oh yeah, I think it was intentional because it's the somehow great lighting effects.
I mean, no, not just that, not just that. I think if I remember correctly, in the original Wizard of Oz, like the Yellow Brick Road was very random. Like, remember, this is Oz we're talking about. Things are supposed to look weird.
Well, because like the reason why I said the lights is because when you know when she started stepping on the Yellow Brick Road, you saw it like it light up, and only her footprints were lighting up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool in this version. But I want to point out here, Travis, in the You Can't Win number, did you see the Wiz? Not the Wiz. You didn't see the Wiz yet. But did you see Scarecrow do the skanky leg?
Oh, gosh, I remember that.
No, but I just saw them do the whip nay-nay.
Oh, gosh, I remember that, too.
I did the nay-nay first. Whip.
I must have missed the nay-nay. Oh, man. I missed the nay-nay.
Ah, Scarecrow.
Small nay-nay. Like, it was like a little bit of shoulders and a little bit of hands, and then they went and ease on down, and they whipped on the ease part. And, yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You mean, okay, so it's official, guys. They changed the name of the song. It's not Ease On Down the Road. It's now Whip On Down the Road.
It's nay-nay on down the road.
Yeah, I was going to say that, too.
No, Whip On Down the Nay-Nay.
So should I skip commercials or no?
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't know. It's up to you.
I mean, you know, the commercials weren't as... There were too many commercial breaks during this broadcast. And if anybody...
Oh, yeah.
I would love someone in the chat to agree with me, or a live viewer to tweet me that if they agree with, you know, that statement, because there really was...
Star Wars. Must rewind.
Oh, well, okay. Well, if it's Star Wars, then it makes sense. But if not, then it's like, oh, get back to the Wiz. But but yeah, I do admit, these kind of live events, they always have way too many commercial breaks. Mainly, and as annoying as it is, if we think about it, it makes sense just because, remember, this is live, so they have to do costume changes, they have to do setting changes, they have to do all this in that short amount of time. So it's very impressive how they made that work.
That was the best commercial in the world.
What happened? Star Wars?
It was so much going on at once, but I got everything from that commercial. Bill and Ted reference The Force Awakens in my pants.
Like,
Tin Man, yeah, let's get it, Neo.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that because that was probably another favorite. I feel like, you know, just every scene in this show is a favorite moment to people, and then every number was just delivered such. You know, I'm gonna steal the word that Pedro used earlier because it just makes so much sense. Naturally, everyone delivered their. Everyone's acting was not just naturally. Here's what I think: everyone's acting was on point. Everybody was in the game, mentality and physically. More so than I'm going to go out on the limb and say everyone was on their A game, more so than Peter Pan Live, more so than Live. I could not spot any mistakes that were very well known with the Wiz Live because everybody was mentally there and physically there. Any emotion.
Dang, you heard it here, YouTube. Mr. Entertainment just called out Christopher Walken.
I did call it Christopher Walken because you forgot your line, sir, as Captain Hook. How you could forget your line? I'm just kidding.
If you remember correctly, speaking cowboy while also being a pirate is a little difficult on both ends, and you know, the kid took my hand and fed it to a crocodile, so obviously there's some things that I have to handle.
Remember when Peter Pan Live? I'm not going to go too off topic here because it's all about the Wiz Live, but Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Pirates picked him up and he's like, he saw the crocodile, to the ship, and then they're like, to the ship, to the ship, and it almost sounded like saying to the shit, and
yeah.
me, and it's just like, oh, Peter Pan Live is going to the shitter. That's what they're going to. No, just kidding. But anyways, everyone, like I said, it was just, everyone was emotionally invested in their characters with the Wiz Live, and that's what I really admired about this show.
Yeah, I feel like like on what you said, how you use my thing earlier about the whole natural thing, where like I don't even think they were. I mean, yes, you could say like the best way I can put it is I feel like they weren't even acting. Like I feel like when the people chose these people to play these characters is because it's as if they're being themselves in a sense. I mean, obviously it's an over-exaggerated version of themselves, mind you, but if you think about it, like, it makes a bit of sense, and it's really nice. I mean, I don't know. When I saw it, it wasn't even that. It's not just that it was only natural, but also it felt like it wasn't even acting. It felt like they were just doing what's natural to them.
They were naturally born to play the roles.
Yes. Thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
No problem. And any other favorite moments that we have in the show that you may have seen, Pedro, or you, Travis? I'm sorry, Travis, what was that?
Any moment with Shanice in it, so the entire thing.
Oh, yeah, Shanice is great.
Shanice is beautiful.
A star, a beautiful, once-in-a-lifetime star was born tonight, because stars like her don't really come that very often. And what a huge risk it was, for this show to have someone that they never heard of until tonight. And that all.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this for a moment. Actually, let's take a really quick moment to talk about this, of the fact that they decided. I mean, there are many amazing actors and actresses out there that they could have decided on, but they did what they did back then, when they first did The Wiz, the play, and remember that the original Dorothy was an unknown as well. And they said in the behind-the-scenes special that they wanted to do that again. Like, they wanted to pay their respects to the original Wiz by getting another unknown to play Dorothy. And I saw her audition. Like, I actually saw her audition, and by God, like, they were not lying when they said that. You could feel it. Like, because let me be honest. I'm gonna be honest right now, and maybe some people may agree, maybe some may not. And well, yeah, it's an opinion, so of course. But my personal opinion, as again as a musician, is even though some parts where she's sang were like, in her audition at least, were like, like it's like, okay, this is fine. This part's a little iffy. This part's there, but it didn't matter because of how she did it. She did it with such passion, such heart, such, like, it was as if it was Dorothy herself, and it made the character seem more human in that sense, where it's like, she's not perfect, but you know what, she's amazing. She's still amazing. And
that is why Stephanie Mills said in the making of the Wiz Live special that she doesn't have to act like Dorothy, she is Dorothy.
yes.
No, whenever I said, oh wow, I wasn't talking about the behind the scenes stuff that you guys talk about. I'm talking about the actual thing. Whenever he said, whoever it was, I couldn't really hear much, or someone asked for, or someone took his heart because if she couldn't have it, nobody could. Damn, that was
yeah, it doesn't
powerful.
Doesn't the lines hit home, because not only are these celebrities and stars are well established emotionally into their characters, but the connection that they have with each other, the chemistry, it's almost like what we were just saying earlier, that they made it believable, like these weren't the stars that we knew playing the show. Like, this was really the Tin Man. That wasn't Neo. That wasn't Elijah Kelly. These were real people.
Oh yeah, and they continue making us feel that way throughout the entire time.
I mean, thanks to the prosthetics. I mean, this is a different show when it came to makeup. This wasn't face paint like you see in a Broadway show. This was prosthetics, which is film quality masks, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, and when they did it, when they did those prosthetics, remember, I mean, again, going back to the behind the scenes parts, they explained that usually that would take, you know, at least 3 to 5 hours. They had to put the prosthetics on in 20 minutes.
In 20 minutes, which is a huge, drastic time difference.
Like, holy freak, how did they do all that in 20 minutes? Especially the Cowardly Lion. My God.
He's from the Cowardly Lion.
And oh, are you at the? Speaking of the lion, are you at the introduction of the lion?
I just got to the lion.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Put him up. Put him up.
I love how they didn't change the horn section, not too much, in the Mean Old Lion song.
Oh yeah.
David Allen Greer. You know, the funniest thing. And I like how they didn't go to commercial break before they introduced the lion, because they went to commercial break after they introduced the Scarecrow, and then they went to another commercial break after they introduced the Tin Man. So after the Tin Man, we went right to the lion. Because again,
here's the thing: in the movie and in the Broadway musical, I believe, whenever they go from Munchkin Land, and then there's like a huge dialogue section, and then she meets the Scarecrow, and then there's a huge dialogue section, then she meets the Tin Man, then they go straight into the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, and then wasn't, if I remember correctly, between those there was like they sang "Ease on Down the Road" between those. If I can remember correctly.
Road before, or never mind. Sorry, I was just baffled by how Neo lost his worker's hat.
Oh, I did not even notice that. See, these are things I'm gonna have to notice when it comes on demand later today.
Yeah.
She slapped him.
Oh, right, yeah.
She slapped him right in the face.
Face.
And Neo, that's a 40-pound costume he had on. He could dance with 40 pounds on him.
He's a good dancer, so.
Yeah. Remind me never to like say anything bad to Neo if we ever get to interview him or anything. He's just gonna ground pound me or something, Mario style.
He's gonna John Cena suplex you.
He's like, oh gosh, I can see it now. It's like, hey Neo, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of John Cena or something like that.
And what else did I notice from the line? I liked the constant snarling that David Allen Greer, like.
Oh yeah, he really took up the whole idea of being a lion, and I love how if you paid very close attention, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but did you notice that when you look at his mane, they're dreads?
Yeah, they're dreads.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, what? When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's very clever.
He's on down the road.
I love it. Love. He's on Down the Road has always been one of my favorite songs from this. It's, again, I'm going from Hal Rudnick from Screen Junkies. It's iconic, or however he says it.
I had just seen a tweet. A fellow viewer had of the Wiz Live had said that, you know, I can't get that song stuck in my head, and NBC replied, "We can't either." And the lion, one of the highlights of the show is when he turned around and he snarled at the camera, and it was up close, zoomed in on his face, and then he went to commercial break. It was like,
oh yeah, that was perfect timing.
It's perfect timing. Like, whoever And it's so funny because I love some of the tweets when I was live tweeting tonight, and it was so well, actually we're going to get into this a little bit talking about the live tweeting. But when I was live tweeting, I loved some of the live tweets I was seeing because when that happened, when he snarled at the camera, and they went to commercial break. At Playbill said whoever just did that close up of the line deserves a raise.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Can this get nominated? Oh wait, what's this? Tori Kelly?
Yeah, Tori Kelly.
I love her. Oh, I'm definitely watching Michael Christmas in Hollywood. Heck to the yes.
You didn't know? They're like, wait. Like, yeah.
I just wanted to say something. I'm about almost an hour through the Wiz Live. This is so much better than Peter Pan.
Yeah.
So much better than Peter Pan. So much better than Sound of Music too.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's saying something.
Yeah, there was
so good.
A lot of good reviews about the Sound of Music Live. But hey, the stars of the Sound of Music Live, Carrie Underwood, she wished her fellow people that were in the Wiz Live tonight, she wished them good luck. Allison Williams sent the cast of the Wiz Live candy. That was nice.
Like they need it.
I get. I mean, coming from Carrie Underwood, it's more like, oh, here's a line with the sound of the Wiz, or something like that. I don't know. Just watch. I'm going to be saying a bunch of puns here the entire podcast. It was your choice to have me.
And we're so happy to have you. You bring humor to the podcast and making us laugh, and hopefully our viewers, on whether laptop, TV, Xbox 360, or however you're watching us, are having a good time with us as well. That's what tonight's all about. Yes.
Yeah, and for the viewers out there who are watching this podcast and are saying, "Oh God, that kid's so annoying," just make sure to send a bunch of hate. Just send a bunch of hate comments to the Media Nut on YouTube. Okay, just feel free to send all your hate to me. It's because of me. Don't blame Mr. Entertainment or Coaster Freak.
What a great segue, though, Pedro.
Yeah.
How we're going to get into now, since we discussed about our favorite moments and, kindly glossed over the favorite songs. But those moments that we had discussed were, songs as well. Like we mentioned, You Can't Win, the song that Aunt M sang to Dorothy, and Slide Me Some Oil, and so now we are going to discuss a hot topic about, the Wiz Live. It became trending on Twitter nationally, worldwide actually.
Oh, yeah.
And not just during the broadcast, but even hours before the broadcast for all the wrong reasons, though. There were some people and haters on the internet that were flooding the Twitter feeds talking about how we should boycott this show because it had an all-black cast.
Why boycott this?
Point something out. I'm pretty sure Peter Pan Live, and actually, let me point two things out. One, this is not an all-black cast. I've seen some Asian people in there. Just saying.
Yeah, same here. Some of the dancers, some of the dancers and like background singers,
all the people in Cirque du Soleil are black. Exactly. And two more things. Why didn't you boycott Peter Pan? Because I'm pretty sure that was an entire white cast.
Well, no, there was some in the defense of Peter Pan Live. There was a few black people in there because they were playing the Pirates.
Oh, so they didn't boycott NBC saying, "Oh, black people are associated with pirates." Ooh.
Well, no, I mean, it's just, it was just really, it's sad. It's a shame that, the internet has to act like the way they did yesterday when the Wiz Live aired, the day after a mass shooting in America. We're mourning about a mass shooting. Then the next day we bring up race because the Wiz Live has an all-black cast. I say, so what? David Alan Grier, as the Cowardly Lion, said on the Today Show 4 or 5 days ago, earlier this week, he said the Wiz claims ownership by the African American community. They claim ownership of the Wiz, but the story is universal.
Oh yeah, that is, and I agree. I mean, look, I mean, this is going back to, ironically, we're going back to Star Wars territory right now, because do you guys remember that a few weeks ago, or I think a month ago, people were these jerks were boycotting or wanting to boycott Star Wars because Finn's character is black?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that matter? We've been waiting. We've been waiting for Star Wars to come back for how many years?
I have one thing to say to that, and it's Mace freaking Windu. There's been black people and Lando Calrissian. There's been black people in the entire saga.
Yeah, we had Samuel freaking Jackson.
And here's the thing,
by the way. Samuel Jackson tweeted about the Wiz Live, by the way, without any using in the tweet, so that was nice.
Yeah, the same with Adam Levine and the cast of The Voice.
Oh wow, that's nice. No, because I thought when Samuel Jackson was tweeting about the Wiz, he was like, "Hey mother effers, go watch the Wiz Live tonight." I thought we were. You know, he said, "Hey guys, check out my friends at the Wiz Live." But I'm sorry.
I can imagine right now. No, I can imagine right now. He's like shouting out, "I am tired of these mother beeping people not watching the mother beeping Wiz Live," or something like that.
Say the Wiz again. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Good, now go watch it.
or we should say it like Queen Latifah did on the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The Wiz.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to my little Queen Latifah rant.
oh boy.
I can't wait for that. So
I have to see her performance first, then I can do it.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. When I saw her performance, like I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
The only thing that I'm really waiting on seeing is Common as the bouncer.
Oh boy, yeah.
That is because here's the thing. Who gives a caca about a bouncer in Oz?
I mean, well,
seriously,
I mean, the thing is that from my experience, back when I did the Wiz, I don't remember what it was exactly, but if I remember correctly, I remember because I was in that scene as a member of the Mice Squad when the main characters first go to the Emerald City and they run into the bouncer. Like, I remember there were some pretty clever lines here that were intentionally supposed to be like a main cast kind of line. I don't remember what it was though. So I don't know. Maybe that's why. Oh yeah, the poppy field. Oh gosh.
Oh,
that one was interesting.
Actually, we didn't catch that. So you know, we didn't go over that.
Oh yeah.
So basically, you know, we just gave, you know, our simple thoughts that, you know, when it came to, you know, people making the Wiz Live a race issue, it's childish. You should have watched the show. If you didn't, you lost out on a great show and a good time. And that's what the Wiz Live was all about. That was the main objective about the show, is to take us on an escape from reality of all the bad things that happen in the world and take us to a world of peace, joy, and happiness and fun. And I think that's what Wiz Live did, and I think it met its objective.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's stupid that we even have to talk about that. I mean, it's the fact that we even have to mention the fact that it's like, oh, these people are being idiots. When it's like, we know for a fact, and our viewers know for a fact that this is something that we should all enjoy, not because of race or whatever. It's because it's an amazing show that's timeless and that people enjoy. Not because, oh, this is an all-black cast or whatever. No, we're watching it because there are talented people here that are doing a show that we love, that we all have some form of connection to, with the Coaster Freak and his sister watching it, with me having performed in it, and then you, Mr. Entertainment, and your experiences with it. So it's like, we watch it because we like it, not because it's like, oh, it's a new change in whatever it is that people say these days. It's like, oh, proof that a black cast can do. We're watching it because we like the show and we like the people that are in it, and that we, as of right now, from at least in my perspective, I'm watching it because of the talent and because I love the show, not because it's of the whatever color the cast is or whatever. Or
Yeah,
well, I don't know.
Absolutely agreed. So nail in the coffin. People should have watched it. They would have had fun. That's the bottom line. Race should never be an issue, whether it's an all Hispanic cast. When it's Hamilton playing white roles, but it's all.
Oye, pero sabe que chico.
Coolest camera pan in the world. That's freaking awesome.
But let's get into the Poppy dance sequence. Did both of you guys see that?
Yeah, I just watched it.
No, for this, I have to say in a certain tone. So for the viewers, this is about to turn just for a quick moment into an Adult Swim joke where it's like, why yes, Mr. Entertainment, I did watch, and I did enjoy. I enjoyed quite a bit.
That's hilarious because you know what, guys? When I saw this dance, I'm like, like when I saw this dance first, I was like, can I grow a poppy fields in my backyard? Can someone get me to do that real quick? It's just, it was. They said it was going to be sexy. I didn't think it was too sexy.
Nah, behind the scenes, they made it very clear. Behind the scenes, they made it very clear that was their intention, to make it a sexy scene. Yeah. So for all you viewers who are saying, oh, what is wrong with you guys saying that this dance is made to be sexy or something? No, look at the behind the scenes. We know what we're talking about. They legitimately told us they did it to be sexy.
Yeah, no, and I didn't think, from a family's perspective, it was, too sexy. Like, obviously maybe young children maybe should not have watched that part, but it wasn't.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. It's not that bad.
And plus, they were fully clothed. Even though they were kind of twerking on their knees, the poppy flowers were covering their behind.
Oh yes, twerking, because we do not see a bunch of kids these days. We definitely don't see them twerk, and we don't see a bunch of teenage girls watching Miley Cyrus. I mean, coming from a guy who's not a fan of twerking, like, even I have to admit, yeah, watching someone twerk, not a big deal anymore, guys. It's like, if a kid sees someone twerking, I really don't think it's gonna, like, nah, humanity is lost enough.
And the other thing is, I had tweeted to one of the Poppy girl dancers in the ensemble cast.
Oh gosh!
And I said this to her. I said, I want to see this Poppy ballet dance in theaters everywhere. and she favorited my tweet because she knows I'm right. So.
Oh gosh, yes.
But I thought that was a great sequence. That was one of the dance sequences I could not wait to see after watching the making of special, which I watched about 8 times, by the way. So I was fully prepared to watch the Wiz, and I knew what to expect and everything. And the making of the Wiz Live didn't really spoil that much. It gave you a great first look behind the curtain, before the big show. So we're actually gonna shift our
city, y'all. Heck yeah.
Emerald City. Oh, you're at the Emerald City part.
Yeah.
Yeah, Common's like, oh sure, welcome to Emerald City. Come on. Girl.
Yeah.
I was like, that was pretty funny. He was being mean, and Caroline's like, hey, don't you talk to her like that. And he was like, oh, what are you gonna do? He's like, oh, okay, I thought you should, wanted you to know that she's a young lady. Peace out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Very, very funny scene.
Can I just talk about the Daft Punk Emerald City?
I wasn't sure what to make of that. People loved it. I loved the fashion. I'm not gonna.
Okay, it's Tron mixed with Daft Punk mixed with the Capitol from Hunger Games.
And actually, to add to that, it makes sense. In all complete honesty, it makes sense. Like the Emerald City actually is, when you think about it, the quote unquote capital of Oz.
It is.
Like, so it's not really surprising. The thing is, Oz is a world where we already see weird creatures like a talking lion and a scarecrow and flying monkeys and munchkins. But for the citizens of the Emerald City, remember that they have a very particular fashion sense. If you saw the original Wiz, then yeah, it's not a surprise to see them wearing very interesting clothes. I find it very interesting how, once again, going back to the fact that they modernize everything. So yeah, it did look like a Daft Punk Tron thing. I don't know. I guess you could say that the citizens of the Emerald City were up all night to get lucky or something. But
well, no. Actually, the character that was up all night to get lucky was the Lion and the Poppies. Let's not forget.
Oh!
I just want to point something else out. There is a white guy in this dance scene.
Oh, I see.
Red alert! Red alert! White guy! White guy!
I had said the same thing. It was so funny. I said, "Oh, there's a white. Let's end the debate right now, guys." And,
No. Watch. There's gonna be some guy out there who's like, boycott it because only one white guy was. It's like, really?
Yeah, no, it was very funny to spot that out in that dance. But yeah, it was just a very interesting dance sequence. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I'm sure when I watch it back, I'll appreciate it more because.
Well, the thing is that particular dance sequence, like I'm guessing you're talking about the dance sequence that they did when they first entered the Emerald City. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Well, if you're again, this is coming
right now.
Say it again, please.
I feel like I'm on an acid trip.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. From my own personal experience from doing the Wiz, I remember them explaining to us when we did that scene that it was like that was intentional. Like it's supposed to be kind of an acid trip where it's like now you were walking around the really crazy world of Oz. Now enter the Emerald City where it's like it's a world of its own with rules and societies of their own with a very interesting fashion sense that's very odd, and that's how the Emerald City is supposed to be. Like it's weird in a weird world, but that's because of how high class it is.
Am I allowed to make a Hamilton reference?
Go ahead, I guess. Yeah, all right. Sure.
It's too many damn commercials for any man to understand.
I actually love how you just mashed that into like what I was saying earlier. This podcast that there was too many commercial. I don't remember that being many commercial breaks. Like
there wasn't really any with Sound of Music.
5 minutes of music and so on, and then we go to commercial break. I'm like, okay, the commercial breaks were really kind of not really like they were just cut in like instantly, like ease on down the road. And then we went to a car commercial. I'm like, what the heck? I was just dancing.
No, so pretty much it's like ease on down is brought to you by CarMax.
Yeah, there you go.
I think the Wizard's coming out.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see him. I mean, what?
So now we are going to go into our live tweeting that I noticed from celebrities, and any of you can share what you came across on Twitter as well.
Yeah, I'm actually on Twitter right now. I'm checking up like some of the stuff here.
Let me see. I have a list of here of just some of the celebrities that helped promote or live tweeted during the podcast. But the ones that had spread the word around about the Wiz was Pink, Tyler Perry, Zoe Saldana, Samuel Jackson, as we mentioned earlier, Comedian and actor Tommy Davidson, the voice of Disney Channel's Proud Family Oscar Proud, who I had met last weekend.
Nice.
Jennifer Hudson, who is probably related to Shanice Williams. That's where she gets her good voice from.
If Jennifer Hudson and Shanice Williams are related, I need to marry Shanice Williams right now.
Yeah. Jennifer Hudson.
And then Variety, they also tweeted Amy Carrero, Audrey Waters. Then there's Cirque du Soleil, obviously.
Yep. Christian Chenoweth on my end, Tony Award winner for Wicked and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. The original Linda to you guys. It wasn't Glinda. In Wicked, it's Linda. So Christian Chenoweth had been watching. Very strong supporter of musicals on television, aren't we all? Love musicals on television because, you know, when you live out of state and you don't get to go to Dorothy, you don't get to go to Dorothy. Wow. I just read a tweet from, Christian Chenoweth, and that's why I said that out loud by accident. But when you don't get to go to New York, as often other people do in the Northeast, to see a Broadway show, the nights like these, the NBC provides us once a year now as a tradition, and hopefully with the Wiz Live it does continue next year and the year after that. It gives us, from the comfort of our own home to watch a live musical. So I have some tweets here that Christian Chenoweth, and we'll go back to you, Pedro, of any other stars that had tweeted.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. I just wanted to mention real quick, Entertainment Tonight also, but yeah, going back to you.
Entertainment Tonight, definitely. I saw the story that Access Hollywood did before the Wiz Live came on. Plus, these other names here that I have, you probably have as well. But some of the tweets that Christian Chenoweth had tweeted out was, "Thank you, little Dorothy," #home, #A Star is Born. I completely agree. Glinda, I believe, #I believe. What? Okay, that was a really good song. You're going to see that later in the show, Travis, probably after, when this podcast is over, unfortunately. Who is the star? Young Chuck Berry, #The Wiz Live, OMG this cast, and Miss Amber Riley. The Wiz Live, I Hate Water. Okay, Queen is killing it as the Wizard. OMG this cast, Common, amazing. So proud of my little nugget, Amber Riley. Out here. Wow, Ease on Down the Road with the Wiz Live is so good. Yay, NBC and the Wiz Live, loving this one. So she has very good tweets during the Wiz Live. And, of course she would watch because she did do Wicked. And they showed a Wicked commercial during one of the commercial breaks during the Wiz Live tonight.
Yvette Nicole Brown. Okay, wow.
And so another person that had tweeted was Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane.
Awesome.
Yeah.
White guy alert.
The what?
The what alert?
Watch, we're gonna have an alarm for that now, guys. Oh, look! I just found Rainey Rodriguez from Austin and Alley. She just tweeted too.
Oh,
she's West Coast.
Bella Thorne had also tweeted as well from.
Oh, cool!
And Scream.
Love Bella Thorne. She's great.
She is great.
Her and Zendaya, I feel proud enough to say that I actually enjoyed Shake It Up, but yeah, I'm just mentioning that. I love those two actresses, so it's cool that they're watching this.
Zendaya would be good.
Oh yeah.
For the Wiz.
Oh yeah, she would have been great.
Yeah, no, she's a good actress, and she definitely can dance.
Dancer.
Tyler Perry had some great tweets during the show. Mary J, I love Mary J. Shut it down, Mary. It was the funniest tweet. Neo, David Allen Greer. Oh, he spelled David Allen Greer wrong, but that's okay, Tyler Perry. He literally butchered his last name spelling. Okay, man, you guys have made me so happy. Everyone has killed it so far. Congrats, Kenny Leon, who is the wonderful director of The Wiz Live. Elijah Kelly, wow, big shoes to fill with Michael Jackson coming first, but you killed that song.
Oh, yo. Okay, so going back with Rainey Rodriguez for a moment, she just tweeted, I would wear that Poppy costume in real life. I'm not ashamed. It is gorgeous. Hashtag the Wiz.
Everyone was freaking out. I haven't seen a lot of tweets about freaking out over the Poppy costume. I saw a lot of tweets about the ruby, not the ruby, but the silver slippers.
Oh yeah, that was quite the moment.
Out about how beautiful Shanice looks.
Yes, she's beautiful.
She is really just.
Beyond beautiful. There's no words to explain it.
Hey, whoa, Coaster Freak, you be going down the road for her, eh?
For her.
Hey man, all I'm just saying is ease on down, my friend, ease on down.
If that led to a crappy Christopher Walken, I wouldn't mind. And is killing it right now.
Oh, what part are you on?
Whenever he's singing his little ballad with the wizard.
Oh yeah.
He or she?
We're not talking about
I had to. Alright, Thomas Sanders says, hope someone recorded hashtag the Wiz for me. He's like crying about it.
I have recorded because I'm smart. I have this is actually a really funny thing. I have Peter Pan Live on VHS. Yes, VHS.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you mean Peter Pan Live with Kathy Rigby on VHS?
No, Peter Pan. Oh goodness.
Like Christopher Walken?
Yes.
Okay,
Basically,
okay.
NBC. I have the NBC things on VHS because our recorder, whenever we can record stuff with our DVR, we can tape it to a VHS tape. So that's what we did with Peter Pan. But I'm probably just gonna end up buying the Wiz because it's freaking amazing.
Okay, so Anna Kendrick also tweeted saying, yes, 3-part harmony on Ease On Down the Road, hashtag never stop.
How do you not how to ease on down her road?
Ooh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the Adult Swim section of this podcast.
I don't know what the heck that noise was, but it was really weird.
What noise?
I heard a in my house. I'm like, excuse me?
Oh my.
You are in the Wiz.
I am in the Wiz.
You are in the Wiz, my friend.
Soon I'm not going to say the T word, but soon a T word Queen Latifah is going to show up to my house and ask me what I'm looking for.
I get the feeling she'd be asking you, would you like to be a frog or a lizard?
None of the above. I don't want Queen Latifah as the wizard. No.
Are you about to rant?
I'm about to rant, guys.
Okay.
You're about to rant? Oh, okay.
Let's get...
Like this. And this is a live reaction to what's going on. I feel she's overacting it. I feel like Shanice is overacting as well, but Shanice is fine overacting because, well, this is her first ever acting part. But I feel like they're all feeding from her, which is terrible because they should all be feeding from each other. But it feels like in this scene they're all feeding from her because they all have like big reactions on their face. And I just don't. Her makeup looks weird. I don't like the green stripe. She looks like a freaking peppermint. And I don't like her pyrotechnics.
Well, the camera angles, to defend that, the camera angles were oddly, like, moving.
Terribly timed.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, plus the fact her pyrotechnics. I mean, I don't think she's in charge of what goes on fire or not.
Yeah, I know, but she's doing little cues for the stage directors or whatever, so they can do the stage. So that's her doing. But,
okay.
So they can know when to pan the freaking camera. But her throne is too gaudy. Her dress is too gaudy. There's too many faces on this set. It's ridiculous.
Well, continue. I'll let you finish the rant first.
Okay. The way that they write her off as a guy is really creepy. They could have just said, this is a modern take on it. She's a woman. Deal with it. What else? Her little wizard statue that moves around as she talks. That's creepy looking. Basically, I do not like the wizard section of the live broadcast.
All right. So, wait, are you done?
Yeah, for now, until they piss me off with someone else.
All right, because Jordan Sparks just tweeted saying, I am singing along to every single word to hashtag the Wiz Live. So many memories.
She would have been a good Dorothy.
Yeah, she would have been, yeah.
Seeing her.
But, I don't know.
I'm just going to sit here.
Like, in my opinion, like, I agree about the, about that statue thing. Yeah, that thing was bloody creepy. Holy freak. But, I don't know. I enjoyed her singing for it, if anything. I enjoyed... I like, there were parts that I was like, while other parts I was like, yes, but, I don't know. Oh, okay, so Josh Elledge just liked the tweet of us, doing the, podcast, so thank you, Josh. We appreciate it.
Also, I just want to point out something, and I just realized this. This production could possibly be considered something like Expendables, and let me explain by that.
Really?
I feel, right now, in this point of the show, I feel like it has too many stars in it.
Oh, okay. I'm interested.
It's a great combination of stars. Don't get me wrong. Elijah Kelly, Neo, Common, all of them. It's a great list of stars. Don't get me wrong, but they're kind of all overpowering themselves.
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah.
Like in Expendables, the movie, you got Arnold and you got Sylvester Stallone and everybody else, and it's just, in that movie it's too much. Here it's a little bit, but once, like, I'm halfway through now. Give me a second, I'm going to pause and then unpause. I'm 1 hour and 44 minutes into the broadcast, so I'm like halfway through.
Okay.
The only person that I feel like that didn't overpower was Aunt M. Because she was in the she was in the production for 5 minutes.
Makes sense, I suppose.
And then, freaking, what's his name? Elijah Kelly just did a little bit of air hump. That's I'm starting to get a little critical of this.
I mean, once you analyze things, you're always gonna like notice a thing here or there. The air hump or the certain moves like the nay and the whip, going back to the stuff, it's like one could say the excuse that is like, oh, it's modernized and stuff, so don't be surprised for seeing that. But I don't know. It's
watching last night that I was really critical about. What was I watching last night that I was really critical about?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I remember.
Like, I was pointing out everything that was going on. I can't remember. gosh, so many freaking commercials. I'm done with it.
Yeah, no, see, you see what I mean? And I'm
Was it Stevie Wonder typing on a keyboard?
I'm looking up some more celebrities that may have tweeted during the show that had tweeted about the show.
Oh, he's playing a piano. It's okay.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was an Apple commercial,
Oh.
and I thought it was Stevie Wonder typing on a Mac. I'm like,
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he felt like maybe he felt it was just a superstition.
oh God.
Well, actually,
Aaron's here.
I'm sorry?
It's like having two Aarons.
Is someone echoing?
Huh?
Oh, why do you say it's like having two Aarons? Am I echoing?
No, it's because you guys are both doing stupid puns.
Oh. Well, that's just our personality. So, as we finish up here, and you can chime in if you want to say something about a favorite moment or scene, since you are still in the process of watching it, Travis, and you've seen most of it, Pedro. But we're going to go into breakout star performance. Who stole the show?
Common.
Common, really?
Common's the bouncer.
A man of a few words who didn't have a song or a dance, and you're going to pick Common?
No, Shanice took it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shanice definitely took this, in my opinion.
There's one thing that Shanice can take from me.
Another Adult Swim joke. Here we go.
Just keep it in the poppy fields, my friend.
Yeah, okay, there we go. That's great. Keep it in the poppy fields. I would actually leave it in the poppy fields. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, my favorite, my breakout star performance of the night will have to go to. It actually, believe it or not, it's a tough decision. Even though it's an easy decision to say Shanice, I feel like I don't want to jump on like a bandwagon and say she single-handedly stole the show, even though she has like the most lines, the most scene in the show, because she's in the show from start to finish, literally. I would have to say Amber Riley.
Oh yeah, Amber Riley was great.
Yeah, the two scenes that she was part of in the show, and she killed it both times. No disrespect to what Shanice Williams had achieved tonight. I just figure that it would be fair to say Amber Riley stole the show, and I think Shanice would agree as well, because everybody probably, in their opinions as the cast and the crew and the creative team, everybody stole the show, because it goes back to what we were saying about an hour ago, that everyone was so devoted and dedicated to their character, both emotionally, mentally, and physically, and had great chemistry with each other. So for me, it's Amber Riley. So for you two, it's Shanice Williams.
Actually, I changed my vote. I'm doing two, and it's Shanice, and it's Mary J. Blige.
It's Mary J. Blige. Yes,
Mary J. Blige as Evil-E was great. I actually sent out a tweet earlier about it.
Yeah, I saw that. She worried a lot of people with her acting, how she was going to be, but she did great. She killed it.
Especially in her rendition of No Bad News. Holy freak! And that saxophone solo, or at least as I would call it, the saxophone, because oh my gosh, that was great.
She took us to church on that song. I felt the Holy Spirit go through me in that song. No, definitely. And I'm going to check the podcast hashtag here to see if anyone has any questions for us. We had one viewer in the chat. First name was Allie. Thanks for tuning in. I was a little confused by your question.
Thank you, Allie.
I'm not sure what your question meant on my end. Because,
Is it just you have to read the full name?
The Allie, and I'm sorry if I butcher this. Anil, Allie, Anil. She said, "Hi guys, who was the show?" And I was confused how that was worded. What was the show?
I think what she's asking is like, who stole the show?
Oh, okay.
If that's what she's talking about.
If that's the answer, my answer, who made the show great, and that's Common, the bouncer.
Welcome to the Emerald City.
Welcome to the city, my brother.
I'm actually checking the chat right now, and
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I said rephrase the question, because I'm thinking maybe she meant to put who was in the show, not put the, forgot to put the word in, but I'm pretty sure we answered her question whenever, whichever it was, and we appreciate her tuning in. The Wiz is trending. Yeah, absolutely. The Wiz is trending #1 on Twitter. 990,000 tweets. If it hits 1 million, that is astonishing.
oh god, I would not be surprised. I would really not be surprised.
I'm basically watching what it would be over in the West Coast, but a little bit delayed because I've been fast forwarding through commercials because there's a commercial every 5 freaking seconds on this thing.
Well, the other thing is, like, I think Peter Pan Live didn't trend as much as The Wiz is. I think The Wiz is going to be not just a smash hit with ratings, but a smash hit with social media as well. Social media was on fire, literally, during this whole show. Hours before it went on the air, too. But when the show was on 3 hours straight, well, we can't say 3 hours straight because I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. Well, you guys really didn't see, Pedro, you saw highlights, but Travis, you're going to see what I mean. The show ended 15 minutes early. And Twitter freaked out. First of all, Twitter freaked out about where's Toto. We didn't see Toto after we went into Oz, so we're just like, okay, is Toto back in Omaha, Nebraska? And
yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, and so then when,
Toto,
where's my main dog?
Yeah, who let the dog out?
Nice.
Because thank you, and because then we saw Dorothy click her heels of those expensive shoes. You know what? She should have given those kicks to Mary J. Blige as Eveline, because you know what? She should have sold them on Ozbay. Okay, that's what she should have done. But when she clicked her heels, Toto came out of nowhere, and that part. That got to me for some reason. I started crying. I couldn't hold it any longer, and that's how the show ended.
Maybe it was because it was powerful just due to the fact that, I don't know.
Maybe you liked Shanice's feet and you thought it was. You thought her feet made you cry.
Or maybe
that it was.
Or maybe it was because, I don't know, we saw that she went through a very crazy journey and we finally get to see her go home, so that's my guess. Or maybe she was crying because of the fact that it's like we finally get to see Toto, the real star of the show.
Oh, yeah,
Toto steals the show.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're gonna change our vote to star Toto, a dog. That's what we're gonna do here.
Yep.
Shanice.
Oh, it's still Shanice. That's pretty sure that's what she wants to hear. That's what everybody is saying. That's what everybody wants to hear. There's a great video.
If you ever watched this, ever, ever, oh, I love you so much.
Yeah.
No. If just for that, I'm gonna make it my mission to let Shanice know that we made this.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, millions of people are probably tweeting her. But thank you, Shanice, for liking 3 of my tweets in the midst of rehearsing hours and hours, and they even did a dress rehearsal on the day of the show. So thank you for working so hard. Thank you for making me cry and just fall in love with the Wiz all over again, especially with your voice alone, because you are a star now, and you have the creative team to thank. And a wonderful, wonderful cast that was a family to you. So I want to see more of Shanice. I want to see more of the Wiz Live. I could have taken 3 more hours of the Wiz Live. I don't know about you guys, but 3 hours not enough. 2 hours and 45 minutes is not enough because it ended 15 minutes early. Twitter was freaking out, not over the fact that it ended 15 minutes early. People were like, "What? It's ending? I want 15 more minutes. It's supposed to go to 11. You have the wrong number." So
it's like
stole that one from Travis.
Hello? I have the wrong number. Marcy? Where are you? You have the wrong number. Toto's still here.
So
Toto.
so
Wrong number.
So as we close in on what I thought was a very fun Wiz Live After-Show podcast, a great way to celebrate what is now full circle. We now have 3 generations of the Wiz. It's still it's still a wow. 40 years later, in the words of Stephanie Mills, and a star is born with Shanice Williams. So any final thoughts with the Wiz Live? Are you going to get the soundtrack? Are you going to get the DVD? I have the DVD on pre-order. Are you going to watch it to death on demand or Hulu, wherever you're going to watch it? Any thoughts you guys have?
Yeah, I'll let Pedro go first.
No, Costa, you don't want to go first?
No, I have a lot.
All right. It was great. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. Music was on par. It makes me feel good. It makes me think back nostalgically of the original shows, but also of the show that I did. So it feels really good. It makes me proud that I was able to at least play some part in even though it wasn't like any of a big production like this one. It was like high school, but it was still a lot of fun. And it makes me feel good to look back at that. I'll definitely try to download some of the songs. Definitely, specifically like "Ease on Down the Road" and "Y'all Got It" and other ones. So those are like some of my favorite songs. So I'll definitely check those out.
And it's interesting enough to note that "We Got It" was a new song just for this television production, and it's everybody's favorite song. So and that's really people are skeptical about that. Oh, don't touch a score that's 40 years old like the Wiz. You're gonna write a new song. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Oh no, we love it. Everybody loved the song "We Got It." It's a feel-good song, like you said, Pedro, and that's what the whole score was. Thanks to the music director, Steven. You can say his last name for me, Travis. How you say it? Steven starts with an O. The music director for the Wiz Live, Steven Ormus.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you knew how to pronounce his last name, because like he was the music director for the Wiz Live and Wicked. So I thank him, and we thank him for bringing a new, fresh, upbeat sound, along with the music producer. I believe that's his creative position for the Wiz Live, Harvey Mason Jr. as well, who has worked with great talents in music industry. So now we move on to Travis. Final thoughts on the Wiz Live.
I'm listening to Brand New Day right now, and I'm just, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, Brand New Day was great.
It's joyful, so joyful.
There's a little bit of costume malfunctions, but that only I would pick those out.
Yeah.
I'm going to eventually probably get the CD and the DVD and the Blu-ray and the everything for this, because it's great.
Not on Blu-ray. I would love it on Blu-ray. So the only
yeah, that'll be great.
Night is on television. That's the only time we can see this in HD. It's only going to be on DVD, standard definition, no Blu-ray, just like Peter Pan Live or Sound of Music Live. There's going to be a soundtrack, the CD, or the MP3 album. And I'm waiting for T-shirts and hats, because if this was a successful production, come on, NBC Universal, bank on it. I don't want just the DVD and CD. I want more.
Yeah, guys, sell us the Poppy clothes.
No, sell us the poppies with the actual people in them. I would pay.
Sell me Shanice.
Yes, you sell a Shanice.
Okay.
Not that way.
Back to the poppies. Segway!
Okay. I really need to finish, but anyway, I'm 2 hours or something into this. This is great. I feel like it's ending too fast, and it is because you guys said it ended 15 minutes early.
Yeah, it's sad that it's like, oh, crud, we're having so much fun with this, and then it's like, oh no.
I really think that this is going to be the gateway that NBC needed to bring more musicals to TV. And I talked to Aaron about this last night, but he's basically shot it down. I'm saying this now. This is going to usher in a new era of musicals, and it's going to possibly bring, oh my god, another freaking commercial. That's what it's going to bring.
Because we all know that life is better with commercials.
Yeah, I believe that it's going to, as I said, usher in a new era of musical watching on TV. Because here's the thing. For example, I'm saying Hamilton again. Hamilton's been on Broadway for a couple months now, maybe 6 months now, I believe. Mm-hmm. It's already sold out until October of 2016. Possibly November of 2016, because I haven't looked at November dates yet. But if it's sold out till November, that's almost 2 years of it being sold out.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh my god, Daisy Ridley was on freaking Tonight Show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed her. Oh, so much good things happening on NBC tonight. Anyway, back to The Wiz and other musicals. I think that they should bring, I proposed this idea to Aaron last night, do the 5 nominees for the Tonys for Best Musical on the 5 big broadcast stations, which is PBS. I'm saying PBS's because there's not a 5th big broadcast station. PBS, Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS. If you want to say the CW is a big one, then you can do CW instead of PBS, but whatevs. Do a big broadcast, like once a month or something like that, or like different times of the year for each one, so people can watch them. Let the people vote, or have an influencing vote on Best Musical, because there are some musicals that shouldn't have won in the past couple of years. So do that, and then flip-flop the Tony Awards each year from different stations.
All right. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Like this year, freaking show Hamilton, because I really want to see Hamilton.
Now, you know what, something that I think Mr. Entertainment mentioned a little earlier, that was how, you both mentioned it, how they were like, oh, they're talking about the possibility of Wicked becoming a movie and stuff, and actually that kind of made me think of like the era we're going to. I mean, because I remember having a similar conversation with a friend of mine earlier today, actually, and I was mentioning to her that how, yes, right now we're in the age of like superheroes and Star Wars and all that, and that's great. We're probably gonna stay in that era for a long time, and I'm completely fine with that. I love it. But I also noticed that as of right now, we're slowly also going into another era to coincide with it, and I believe it's the era of of plays, like Broadway musicals and video games coming back to the big screen in big ways. So like once Wicked finally comes out, and then we already know a bunch of big video game movies like Sonic and Mario and Assassin's Creed and all that, Ratchet and Clank. So it's like I feel like we're going into like a sub era. I feel, and it's really cool how these days Broadway and theater can still be big, and I really enjoy that.
I believe that that's funny.
What happened?
Oh, the little backstage thing with Queen Latifah.
Ah.
Um, oh, I thought he was going to say a female. That would have been fun. That would have been really funny. The Wiz is a female.
And what's wrong with that? Denise Williams says.
And then I have to pause this because I'm getting really off track. What was I talking about? Oh, and with Hamilton, they do that ham for ham lottery, which gets like I think 4 people in or something like that, or a whole front row in, and you get $10. There's no way you can win that unless you're Aaron. Like seriously.
Yeah. Like you always get the best luck with these kind of stuff.
And if they showed things like that on TV, you would usher in a new era of Broadway productions. You would be able to you would have the world in your hands with this. Whenever Hairspray came out and Les Mis came out, and actually NBC didn't begin this. I don't know if you guys knew this, but MTV did a live broadcast. I don't think it was live. It might have been taped, like different tape stuff from it. But they did a broadcast of Legally Blonde the musical.
Yeah, that was really bold for MTV to do, and it got really good ratings actually, and it wasn't really promoted a lot. Like, I mean, the Wiz Live was promoted like the crap.
Yeah, I've seen this stuff everywhere.
Yeah, so you know, and it was great social media marketing as well. Well, you know, because times have changed. Legally Blonde musical came out 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, times have changed, and you know, the social media marketing for the Wiz Live, everything was just perfectly executed. And you know, like I said, you know, when the ratings come out, you know, we'll see. It's up to NBC if they want to keep doing these musicals. But I think this was a rating smash. It doesn't matter about the social media ratings, even though it was a smash hit on social media with people talking about it literally for hours, and it's still trending now, close to 1,000 tweets about it. 1 million, not 1,000, 1 million tweets about it.
1,000 tweets?
I know, right? That's wrong.
That's about as many tweets you made today.
Yes, definitely. I was tweeting up a store. I didn't know I was going to tweet that much, especially during the blog.
Yeah, I had to turn off notifications.
That's okay. That's okay. A lot of people probably did that, and that's okay. I probably would have done the same thing to myself if I was following myself. I'd be like, oh, I got to turn off notifications. He's blowing up my phone.
If I can finish the whole little rant about
Queen Latifah.
Sure.
No, not Queen Latifah, bringing musicals to TV.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
It expands the audience, and it brings more people to the theater.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which is what they need to do. And back to Hamilton, basically this whole thing is centered around Hamilton and how much it's grown the theater community and brought multiple people that probably would never even think about going to Broadway, go to Broadway. For example, President Obama has talked about Hamilton multiple times. And him and his family have seen Hamilton multiple times. I know it because he's like tweeted about it, and it's one of his like favorite shows that he's ever like seen. He even had at his poetry reading back in 2010, I believe, he had Lin Miranda, and he performed the rap from Alexander Hamilton, the actual song, before he even created the play. He was like, I'm creating another musical. It's based on the life of Alexander Hamilton, first Secretary of Treasury, and this is what it is. And he did it in the style of as he was Aaron Burr. He did the entire thing. And I'll send Aaron the link for this so he can put it in the description or whatever if anyone wants to watch it. It's a really good video. But the way he did it, he did the entire cast's thing, but as Aaron Burr. And he said, instead of my name is Alexander Hamilton, he said his name is Alexander Hamilton. So the fact that he did that 7 years before the play or the musical is on Broadway is amazing. And if you brought that to homes, like if you even had a Broadway channel that just showed Broadway musicals all day, like past ones or present ones, that would do great.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing.
But bringing them to TV would make more people want to go and to like their local theater or to. For me, because I live in Kentucky, I'd want to go. Well, I want to go anyway. But the Kentucky Center for the Arts right now is doing Wicked, the touring version of Wicked. And I would love to go see it, but it's just too much dang money that's not happening. But they do Wicked. They did Lion King. I saw War Horse there. War Horse was really good. But if they brought this to TV, you would see rating spikes because people are like, oh, this is better than watching depressing news. I'm going to watch this because it's really good.
Yeah.
You would get names out. People would be household names. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda would be a household name very quickly. This year, Hamilton would be great to show on there. On Your Feet, the musical about Gloria Estefan, would be great to show. What else is on Broadway right now? Well, you could basically show the Les Mis with the first Black Jean Valjean, which props to the people who do Les Mis because that was really just, you guys probably shouldn't have done it this time, but it was smart to do it.
Yeah.
He's good. I watched Ham for Ham show, which is the little pre-show that they do before Hamilton, and him and Lynn did it. The little opening part whenever they're towing the ship in or whatever. I remember it from the movie, but whenever they're towing the ship in and they're doing that part, it's just amazing. He sounds just like any Valjean I've seen. So that's my little thing about how you should bring Broadway to television.
Oh yeah, I mean,
All right.
you know, if executed and done the right way, Broadway could have a much heavier presence on broadcast television as it did way many years ago. And that's NBC used to air musicals on television, and now they're doing it again, and now they're making it a tradition. You know, even though the 2 times gave the Wiz Live, like, some people doubts, like, oh, well, Sound of Music and Peter Pan Live didn't work. Wiz Live surprised people that were hating on it, whether for whatever reason it was that they were hating on for, that the third time was really the charm for NBC. And I really think with with the talk on social media about the Wiz Live and how positive the feedback has been on Twitter, I have not seen one hating tweet about the Wiz Live. I saw nothing but positive feedback. So, if positive feedback, social media buzz, and again, at the end of the day, it's all about the ratings when they come in. Millions of people tuned in to watch this. This was a Super Bowl for musical theater community fans. So, on behalf of the musical theater community, we literally thank everybody who was involved with the Wiz Live. Kenny Leon, my first show seeing of his, directed by him, a genius. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
genius is Harvey Fierstein for writing such a great book, taking a 40-year-old story that was on Broadway that was a smash 40 years ago and modernizing it, telling it to a whole new generation and making it mean something even more. Not like the Wiz never meant something before, but give it a new meaning. And there were so many life lessons that people can take away from the show. So the message in the Wiz Live was so strong. Definitely a production I would watch over and over again. I watched Peter Pan Live over again the last couple of days, and it took me 3 days to watch it because it's painful to watch now. Because I was in the Wiz Live mood. So I think Wiz Live is one of those shows that will become a timeless classic for years to come, and something to watch over and over again. So I think that's a perfect way to put a a cap on the Wiz Live After-Show podcast.
Can I say one more thing, Aaron?
I was going to leave it up to you guys in case you have any other.
Well, actually, before you say so, actually, a group tweet from Team Hudgens NYC, which includes Vanessa Hudgens, Julianne Hugh, Kiki Palmer, Carlos Pena, and Aaron Tveit, they all just tweeted saying how hashtag Grease Live, sending lots of love to hashtag The Wiz.
I'm not talking about Grease Live until I get over with The Wiz.
Yeah, well, so get over with but that's very respectful because I thought the Grease Live was trying to steal the Wiz Live's thunder the past couple of days because they were releasing some stuff and information on their broadcast, and that's next month. And let's face it, that's Fox trying to get onto this musical frenzy on broadcast cable television, and Grease Live will be the next musical special that we'll be talking about next month. It's happening next month, guys, on Sunday, January 30th, I believe.
And then after that, guys, somewhere in the future, we all know what's coming. We'll probably have to do Frozen.
Oh,
Oh God!
Just saying, I wanna place my bets.
Yes.
For next year's. I believe that it's going to be a combination of two.
Really?
Yes, and it's also going to be because it's in Christmas that they usually do this.
Uh-huh.
I believe that it's going to be a mixture of Holiday Inn and White Christmas.
Huh.
Because if you've seen, I don't know if any of you have seen Holiday Inn. It's a very, very old movie. But everyone's basically seen White Christmas. White Christmas is basically. Wait 1 second. Let me think. White Christmas is basically Holiday Inn, technically, kind of, with a bit of technicalities to that. But the inn that they base White Christmas off, where they do the show after Wallace and Wallace and Davis go up to Vermont with the Haynes sisters. Whenever they go up to Vermont, they bring the Wallace and Davis show to that inn, and that inn is basically Holiday Inn. But even though, yes, Bing Crosby did play both parts in Holiday Inn and in White Christmas, you can literally go back in time. What's that word? I'm looking for a word and I can't figure it out. You can not memorialize that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Basically do the same thing by having the same person play those two parts.
Right.
Even though parts you can have them play the same part. But the way those movies the movie ties into each other, you can do one thing and just write an actual sophisticated plot that will coincide White Christmas with Holiday Inn somehow. Say the people who were part of Holiday Inn created a movie called White Christmas based on the events that happened multiple years later, 50 years later or something, at the inn. And they had to rename it because it was put in by a new owner, and it was the General, or something like that. But I either see White Christmas happening because it just got off of Broadway and it kind of did a really good run in Broadway, and Holiday Inn, or just Holiday Inn, or just White Christmas, because Holiday Inn, no one's even touched it, and I think someone should actually, touch it, because it's a great, great musical. It has 12 amazing, amazing scores, and I know no one can probably sing as good as Bing Crosby, but dang, someone should try.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be great. It'll be interesting to see.
Or it's going to be some stupid movie that they're going to make into a musical.
Into the Woods, everybody?
No, not Into the Woods. No, I don't feel like going Into the Woods is time to go. I hate to leave.
Come on, Coaster. Just let it go.
Oh, no.
Oh.
If you want,
we all know it's going to happen. We all know it.
Aaron, have you listened to any of Act 2 of Hamilton yet?
I have not. I've
Okay, then I can't make this reference. I was going to say, wait, Pedro, have you listened to it at all, Hamilton?
I might have heard like a bit. I don't think a lot, but go ahead. Go ahead and say it. I might recognize it or not.
The issue on the table.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I can do that whole rap. I would do it, not live. I'll do it after, but I don't want Aaron to be mad at me.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to point out that the Wiz is still trending worldwide on Twitter.
It's gonna be trending. It's like tickets for WWE. It's gonna be trending for a very long time.
It's gonna trend for quite a while. Like at least a week.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know about a week, but definitely for the next hour or two. Because whatever social media is talking about, it gets trends, and we all know how that is. When people start noticing something, it quickly becomes a trend on social media. That's one of the many fascinating things about social media. But obviously, the Wiz has gotten more tweets about in one single trend, more so than other specials or movies per se that come out. Obviously, Star Wars will be getting like a lot of tweets when it comes out. But I wanted to point out that the Wiz is still trending, and it has surpassed 1 million tweets. So, definitely congratulations to.
And do you want to know something else, Aaron?
Yes.
Tickets are still available for Monday's Raw.
Tickets are still most likely, and as we wind down this podcast, we will talk about why we said that.
Take it home.
Because me and Travis, we are going to be talking Raw next week on Monday night. So we will go over that in a couple of minutes. But yeah, definitely once again, congratulations to the cast and crew of the Wiz Live for putting on such a great show. They killed it. I didn't spot really noticeable mistakes as. Well, yeah, I mean, as Sound of Music and Peter Pan Live, those were noticeable mistakes. But the Wiz Live, they were either quickly recovered, or they went over my head, or I just had a blind eye and I couldn't see any. That were really noticeable. So, they worked hard. It wasn't a train wreck as, people were predicting it was going to be. I don't know how anyone could predict a train wreck. Yeah, Peter Pan Live was, pretty not decent. And, just congrats to the Wiz Live overall being a major success like I knew it would be. It's a social media success. And I bet when the ratings come out, NBC is going to be very, very pleased when the ratings come out. I am betting you, and we don't have to predict numbers. That this is just me. I'm predicting 12 million people watched it. But
I'm betting 20.
I'm gonna bet like in between that. I'm betting in between that. So any number in between makes me win.
Definitely.
I'm
I don't think. 10 million for sure. I don't think it's under 10 million. I think it's definitely well over 10 million.
Yeah, very high up.
Yeah.
I'm betting 20, and I say that they rebroadcast.
Yep, they are going to have an encore presentation. That was announced a few weeks ago before it even aired last night.
Dang,
they already knew it was going to be a success a few weeks ago. And they announced the encore presentation to be on December 16th, I want to say, but don't quote me on that.
Broadcast.
I'm sorry?
Do a Christmas rebroadcast. They'll do one on Christmas night.
Oh, no, it's not scheduled for that, but it should be, though. Because it's a very magical show to watch on Christmas. I agree with you on that, Travis.
No, because NBC doesn't own any of the Christmas specials.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what NBC does. If it's a big ratings hit, they might play it just more than once. I would love them to play it more than once, even though we know we can get it on demand. I want to see it again now. That's how good and addicting this show was. Just an amazing show. I couldn't think of a better way to really celebrate for the cast and crew and the show's wonderful message, and just everybody having a good time watching it. Just just taking a chill and relaxing from the bad stuff that happens in this world. I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate this occasion as Wiz Week and Wiz Day comes to a close with talking to you guys about the Wiz Live. So I really do appreciate you guys coming on. Travis, first off,
No problem.
and as well as Pedro making his big podcast debut. You did good, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, check me out on Media Nut. And yeah, I hope to do this again. It was a lot of fun. I honestly enjoyed it, and I hope to do it again.
Absolutely, it was a lot of fun, just like it was watching the Wiz Live.
Yes.
And do you have any other social? Because this is as I've done in past podcasts, and Travis knows what I'm talking about. This is the part where you've already started, so that's great. You're already ahead of the game. You can plug yourself. So you've already got your Twitter. Do you want to give your any other social media networks that you might be on, so people can connect with you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just like I said, on YouTube, check out my channel, Media Nut. Then over in Twitter, you can follow me over at the Media Nut. Facebook, just look up Random Ramblings. And yeah, like those are my main social media sites. And yeah, just check out for a bunch of random fun where I handle any form of media, whether it's plays, movies, TV shows, video games, anything that has to do with media, I cover it.
And check out him and mine review on Love the Coopers, Random Ramblings. That was a fun review and fun video to do. And
oh yeah, a lot of people enjoyed that one actually.
I'm glad. I've seen the comments. Are very satisfied and humble with the feedback coming in for that video. Appreciate you having me a part of that vlog as well.
Yes.
Travis, you are up next, buddy.
Okay. I had to go pick up my little cards because they're at my table.
No problem.
You can. Okay, I have a lot of social media. That's why I need cards to tell me what the heck I'm on.
Oh boy. Okay, this should be interesting.
You can follow me personally on Twitter at CoasterFreak259 and at CoasterFreak25 on Instagram and Periscope. And then with my separate podcast, which also features Aaron, you can find that on Twitter at CoastersCasters. And then the Instagram for that is the CoasterCasters Podcast, along with the Google+, YouTube, and Facebook is the same, the CoasterCasters Podcast. The shows on that, we have The Queue, which is basically just a rundown of a theme park every week. That is on Tuesdays at like 8:30ish, and that's with two of our friends. Should we say their names? I don't really care. Should we? Oh, wait, we can just plug them too. With at TP Travels on Twitter and at Sir on Disney on Twitter. And then every other Wednesday, which will be next Wednesday, we have the Culture Casters Podcast, which is basically a pop culture podcast where we talk about movies, video games, TVs, shows. We're going to be talking Wiz Live because Aaron's going to be on there, or Mr. Entertainment.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah, because
Give me a second and we'll end the show.
if Mr. Entertainment is on there.
Yeah, Mr. Entertainment's on there along with my friend Bryce at BD Messi on Twitter and Suro on Disney on Twitter. That's every other Wednesday at 8:30. And then our main podcast, the Coaster Casters Podcast, which we talk about theme parks for multiple hours. Lately, it hasn't been multiple because of lack of news, but I feel like this week's going to be a lot. This week we'll be talking about the Skyplex approval and Universal, along with iDrive 360, basically fighting for 450 acres of property on Universal Boulevard. So that should be fun.
Universal's picking another fight.
Hey, guys, we want that Nintendo Land. We need that Nintendo Land. Universal, bring it. I want to ride my Mario Kart and I want to battle Pokemon and I want to
Also, we will
fly
be
on our wings.
Also, we'll be talking about what else are we going to be talking about? Star Wars Launch Bay and multiple other things that have happened in the week. That's tomorrow night at 8:30. That is with Mr. Entertainment, Sir and Disney at TP Travels, and at KL Story, who was actually, him and Mr. Entertainment were at the Skyplex approval meeting. So there you go. And I just want to say one last thing about the Wiz Live. I want to thank NBC for bringing this to our homes and bringing 18 billion commercials of product placement. I just want to say one thing to NBC. You have the wrong number. Hello? You have the wrong number.
If anything, we could just say they eased on down the products, but then that'd be a lie.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, and always remember, just, you can't win.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait, Dorothy's going home already? What the heck?
Yeah, she's going home. She's already home. and we are about to, as a good podcast host and friend of mine says, take it home. We're going to take it home.
Take it home.
Take it home.
You can follow me, your host for this evening, for the Wiz Live After-Show Podcast, Mr. Entertainment, myself on Twitter at MrEntertainYou, which I thank everyone, by the way, for connecting with me and liking and retweeting my live tweeting of the Wiz Live tonight. Everyone, anyone who took part in that really made the whole just time and night enjoyable. Mr. ENT92 on Periscope as well. Mr. Entertainment92 like the Facebook fan page. Same handle goes for Instagram. And follow me on Vine and Wrestling Amino at just Mr. Entertainment. And subscribe to me here on YouTube channel. All about positivity, so give positive feedback. You can give negative feedback, but make sure it's constructive criticism, because I know I know how the internet can be sometimes, but I can take the hate. Thank you for the 2 likes on this video, whoever those were.
Oh, wait, I got one more thing to say.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Because they weren't on my cards. Not Thursday. Yesterday was Thursday. Saturday, you can find myself on
Sunday.
So no. Saturday, you can find myself on Alex Official's Theme Park Talk.
I know.
Wow, nice.
As well as Sir Owen Disney or the Pop Network's HHN Talk, the final Horror Nights 25 talk with a bunch of people. Like, literally, there's going to be 10 people on that podcast. It's going to be a lot.
Dang.
And all we're going to do is talk about Horror Nights, and it's going to be just amazing. It's going to be just amazing as the Wiz Live.
Oh,
so
that was great.
Hey,
both of them are amazing.
you guys gotta be careful though in your future podcasts. A certain nutty guy might try to sneak his way in. Just warning.
We already got a nutty guy in for the Coaster Casters podcast. Dr. Bacon. Oh, Dr.
Oh yeah, you'll have to learn about Dr. Bacon, Pedro. But as I was saying, I was going to plug in those shows as well. Not only can you can also watch my podcast I did 3 months ago. It's old, but that's my other first ever podcast on my YouTube channel here. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other videos on here, as well as the latest vlog. I went to the Boston Celtics and Magic game with my friend. The movie review Creed, which you guys are making a very success out of that video. Over 200 views on that, so I really appreciate that. all the support that my entertainers give me on a daily basis. And you can stay up to date with Mr. Entertainment. Like I said, all the social media networks are in the description below this podcast video, as long as the Media Nuts social media info, as well as Coaster Freaks, and also some of my favorite YouTubers as well. Of the likes of Sir Disney, who hosts the Wiz. No, not the Wiz, because I did that. He hosts the WWE. It's late. He hosts the WWE podcast on Monday. He hosts the WWE's podcast on Monday nights at 11:30 p.m. Same start time as tonight, so it's easy to remember. And that features me, Travis, and Cleveland, also known as Black Arrow, and Vic sometimes. So you can watch for that also here on YouTube.
Gosh, holy crap!
I'm sorry?
You forgot about sound effects guy.
Sound effects guy. And Ashley.
The sound effects guy.
It is 2 in the morning. I'm going to forget stuff. The Coaster
Take it home.
Take it home.
Take
it home.
You can also catch me on the Coaster Casters with Travis, Andy, Ken, and Cyril and Disney. Yeah, I got it. So Coaster Casters podcast on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. This coming Wednesday with Bryce and Travis on the Culture Casters podcast at 8:30 p.m. as well. And Tuesday on the queue with Travis and Andy for an 8:30 p.m. start time. And this coming Sunday night, I will be on a stacked edition, the final edition of HN Popcast, hosted by Sir Disney with Travis, Jeremy, Ian, James, Tristan, Cameron. I already said Jeremy, I think. Tyler.
Let's just say a lot of people.
Just a lot of people. I think I hit all of them. No, not
John Cena!
I think I hit all of them. Yes, that show. So watch out for that. That's all. 7 p.m. I'm not mistaken, Travis.
Yes, sir.
7 p.m. So watch out for that here on YouTube. So basically, you all can listen to me and Travis basically
all the damn time.
All the damn time. So you can hear our lovely voices. So
as lovely as the poppies.
As lovely as the I don't think anything's lovely as the poppies. That's on a
Different
level. Whole different level.
Guys, that moment where you realize we spent 10 minutes with plugins.
Plugins.
It's usually 20.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Usually 20. But hey, what are you gonna do? But everybody,
right.
Thanks for watching. The Wiz Live, of course, and also thanks for tuning in to my Wiz Live After-Show podcast. So, any final words from my wonderful guests tonight, Pedro and Travis?
All right, Travis, take us home.
Who's gonna do the honors?
I was gonna make a Hamilton reference.
I allow that.
All right. You make a Hamilton reference. I'll make a Media Nut reference.
You go first. I have to think of a funny reference.
Fine. And with that, guys, it is the Coaster Freak, Mr. Entertainment, and the Media Nut, and we all say, see ya!
Just ease on down the road.
Ease on down to see ya. Ease on down to see ya.
Ease on down the road, my entertainers, and just click your heels 3 times, and we are off the air.
No, we're not. It takes a while to get off the air.
Oh no! A bunch of awkward. Oh no! It's a bunch of awkward silence moments.
Sing.
Okay. Come on and ease on down the road. Come on and ease on down the road. Won't you carry nothing that might be a load? Come on, ease on down the road.